Okay, so the idea of today's video is that today I'll be going to review each individual stalker incarnon weapons in just one video, and hopefully make it like as short as I can so people can like watch it. So for my dread build, I have Hitman Opportunity, Swift Deliverance, and Elements of Balance for my build. So the Dread Incarnon mode, what it does is that it changes the projectile's property into like a wide horizontal slashing like thing. Now, this being the Dread can also just perform really well by itself. Like, if you get your galvanized stacks up, you can target like 1 or 2 shot these guys. But of course, after getting your headshots, because that's how you charge it, you can change it into your incarnate mode. This gives it a horizontal slash projectile, very wide, good for crowd clearing, and has infinite punch through, so it's even better for crowd clearing than you think. So, what is my opinions on this weapon? Well, my opinion is this is one of my favorite weapons ever since I got it. I've been using it ever since I got it. I haven't changed it any other weapon because I just like the playstyle of it, being able to just shoot through a corridor. Because you're kind of like being rewarded for hitting a projectile headshot with a bow into like making it stronger, and then being able to kill all these enemies really fast in like 1 or 2 shots, you know? That's my opinion. There's nothing else I really have to say about it. It's just really good. I would say this is a 9 out of 10 in my books. Out of all the weapons, or the Incarnon Stalker family weapons, this is my favorite one. I won't be showing builds, because to be 100% honest, I just get all my builds from like random YouTube videos, and that would just be like so. But I do have a ribbon, and I might make. I have a ribbon, but I don't have it on the build yet because I don't have the form of the ribbon into the build. So after I do that and get like roll the ribbon a decent stat, maybe I'll make like a dread build video. But out of all the incarnons, this one's probably the greatest. Not the greatest incarnate. I mean like greatest out of the stalker incarnates, in my opinion. Okay. Despair, I'm running Fatal Affliction, Swift Deliverance, and Survivor's Edge. Now, I've only recently got Despair due to the glitch of week 6, like yesterday. And because of that, I don't have any. I ran out of Forma like the day I got it, so I don't have like a fully maximized build. But even as you see, it still does pretty well, like by itself, like alone. And the evolution causes this to turn into like a timed explosive. So after you hit something a second later, it will explode. And this is like really high status. So you just like throw a bunch of this. That's why I have the Swift Deliverance. This is why I have Fatal Affliction on, because every status like makes it do more damage. And this was like a low status proc, so you just like spam it. And it does lots of damage. Now the only problem is this does stagger. So if you don't have prime shirt footed, you may be getting dropped by your ass a lot because of this. Because it's like a large explosion. But if you do have prime shirt footed like me, it's really strong. Because you can just like shoot at your feet and it'll kill everything around you. Right, Hate also has like the same idea of the Despair, how it's only really good maybe if you have prime shirt footed, because its incarnate mode shoots out a projectile that explodes that also does self-stagger. So you have to like kind of like aim forward and hope that like, it hits something else not close to you. That goes for enemies. that you hit with like a melee strike for some reason. But if you do have prime sure footing, what you can do is you can literally just aim at the ground because it shoots where you're aiming. So while you're meleeing the guy, it shoots at the floor under him and it explodes and it does even more damage. And it's pretty good. If you don't have prime sure-footed, I recommend that you make a heavy attack build, because a heavy attack in the mode does because the mode makes it do 100% more damage, right? So if you make a heavy attack build, it's still going to be really well, because the heavy attacks and scythes do 100% guaranteed slash proc, and the slash proc on those is just like one shot like that. So, Despair and Hate, I would give both 8 out of 10s. Just because... The only reason why it's not a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 is just because of the self-stagger effect. The Despair, I can maybe understand why it has self-stagger, but the Hate, not so much. But then again, they did say that the stagger on the Hate was a bug, and that they're maybe going to fix it. So, I say that all of these weapons is 100% worth getting in the circuit if they come back, when they come back in like a week or two, like a few weeks. All these weapons are really nice to play with and really fun to mess around with. Definitely worth your time in the circuit. Even if you don't like the circuit, maybe try power through it, get these weapons like I did. I didn't really like the circuit by the time I got the Spare, but when I got it, it was like, oh wow, this weapon's really nice. Sorry, I hate fever. So yeah, that's really it. That's all else I can say. Cause I can't really stretch this out any longer. So honestly, I don't know when I'll record again. I have exams and all that, but if I do, I'll see you next time.